Hello grade 3s, it's time to look at your word sums for the week that were emailed to you. You will see that there are 5 of them. You need to do 1 per day. It says there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So what you need to do is do 1 per day, and what you need to do is to please write out the word sum on a piece of paper, just like I've done over here. And you need to do all of them by doing pizzazz. Remember, pizzazz is picture, sum, answer, sentence. So the first one, like you'll see on your screen, I've copied it and I've written it down. It says, I see 26 zebra and 149 springbok grazing in the veld. How many animals do I see all together? So remember what's important for word sums. When you write them down, don't forget about your punctuation. So you put your punctuation in color, your full stops, don't forget about that question mark. You put them in color, and then you need to start to look at what is the important information in the story sum. So what we see, I see 26 zebra. So that's important. So you can underline it or you can highlight it with your crayons, but that's important to remember. And what else do we see? 149 springbok. So we highlight that as well. Grazing in the veld. How many animals do I see all together? So that's the question. So I like to highlight that whole question or underline it. How many animals do I see all together? That is what the question is asking us. So those are the important things. That is what I've got to answer in the end. So what I've got to do for the picture part. Remember in grade 3 our numbers get quite high. So we don't want to sit and draw 26 zebra and then draw 149 springbok. It's going to take too long. So what we do for the picture part is we either do it this way, which I'll show you now. This is called the part-whole method. So when I look back at my word sum, I see 26 zebra and 149 springbok. So those are my two parts. I've got 26, that's my one part, and 149 is my other part. So you draw something that looks like this. So the one part is 26, there's my zebra, and 149 springbok. Now the question was, how many animals do I see all together? So what am I going to do with these two numbers? That's right, I need to put them together to get the whole. So this is the whole, this is the part, one part, and this is another part. So for this particular word sum, I need to take the two parts to make the whole. What I can also do is draw rectangles. So I've got 26 zebra, and then I need to draw a longer rectangle, and that's going to be 149 springbok. Then I need to figure out all together. So from there to there, okay, what is that? So there are my pictures. I can either do this picture or I can do that picture, whichever you're most comfortable with. So if we go back now to our pizzazz, here we go. So I quite like the part-whole, but it's up to you. So I'm going to draw my part-whole. Okay, remember what you put in there, and we need to try and figure out the whole thing. Then my sum, remember we said that we need to plus them together. So we say 26 plus 149 equals. Now, boys and girls, you have to show your working out on the side. Okay, that is a must. You must show your working out. So how do we do plussing sums? How have we taught you? That's right, we're doing the peanut sum. So when I do that, remember, when I do a peanut sum, I like to put the big number first, but it doesn't really matter which way you do it. So we can say 149 plus 26, or it can be the other way around. With plussing, it doesn't really matter. So we break up the numbers for peanut sums. So that's 100, the 40, and a 9. That's a 20 and a 6. Now what do? I take the hundreds first. So 100. Are there any hundreds here? No, there's not. Okay, so 100 plus nothing equals 100. Now I look at my tens house. 40 plus 20 gives me 60. 9 plus 6 gives you the 15. Now remember, there's 3 things in my peanut. So then at the bottom you say 100 plus 60 plus 15 is a 10 and a 5. 160 plus 10 is 170 plus 5. 175. So how many animals do I see altogether? Now I'll put my answer, 175. Okay, so my working out's on the side, I've done my picture, I've done my sum, I've got my answer. Now my sentence is, what was the question? How many animals do I see altogether? Now's when your punctuation comes in again. I see, and you can complete that. I see animals all together. Alright, so I've done Monday's one with you. Then we've got one on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so you do your part whole or your rectangles, whichever way you'd like to, but make sure you do them all with pizzazz. Okay, bye-bye. Enjoy them.